Hey guys, I'm Giant Occasion, and today more Zhao Ming campaign. We are gonna fight Clan Eshin today, I reckon. He's right around the corner. He's right around the corner. So one thing I just noticed, and another thing which I had locked and loaded to tell you, which we'll get to. But why is this mountain climate? Like, it's in the middle of Cathay, and the factions of Cathay can't take it over. This one even has like a famous Cathayan landmark. It's got the Grand Observatory. It feels really weird to be like, oh yeah, but you don't want to live anywhere near there. It's really bad for you. It feels weird. Just make it available for Cathay to live there, you know? Like, just silly. It's silly. Like, I don't know if it's trying to give Snikch an advantage, maybe. You know, it's more like to rebel and Snikch can come back. But I feel like there are better ways to do that. I think just Cathay should be hospitable to Cathayans. Like here too, here as well. I just don't think that should be mountain. Like, none of these look like they're in the mountains either. The settlements over here, I'm pretty sure, don't count as mountain climate, even though this feels more like a mountainous region than being next to a mountain ever would. So I find that really weird. Yeah, yeah, climate, don't make that mountain. That's silly. Make it anything else. Warpstone Desert is fine. I mean, yeah, it just says desert, which also is weird that it's fine to live in the desert. Because that's, as inhospitable as a mountain, you'd assume. But, like, this is once full of warpstone as well, and yet it's totally fine. But the mountain, too much. That's weird. I find that weird. But anyway, that's just a bit of a tangent. The thing I was going to mention, we actually have 2 caravans available. I completely forgot that we get to have 2 as, as Zhao Ming. But one thing that I find really unusual is it doesn't do anything to tell you that. It doesn't draw attention to it at all. There's no notification or anything, which I find really unusual. I'm pretty sure it tells you if you have no caravans running, but it doesn't tell you if you could have more, which is odd. It feels like it's notifying you the wrong thing. It shouldn't say you don't have a caravan going. It should say you have you can send caravans, is what it should say. So I don't know. Feels weird. So we're going to send a caravan, is what I'm trying to say. We're going to send a peasant one, because honestly, the weight of fire from these peasant archers, I think that'll keep us fairly safe, and we will soon get better units so we can start like disbanding some of the cheaper stuff as we replace it. But just having a big army early is kind of nice, and actually the bonus to replenishment for all that means it might, if it goes in and out of dangerous territory, it'll recover a little bit between. So I think that's good. I think we'll go with Humbleborn. I think that's the way to go. Now, where are we going to send him? So I don't know what all the items are that you get as a reward from visiting a place for the first time, and frankly, I don't want anyone to tell me. I want to work it out as I go. I think that's more fun. However, they are themed. So I imagine Marienburg is probably going to give us something pertaining to trade. That kind of feels familiar from previous playthroughs, though I don't remember entirely. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun to find out. And go, oh yeah, guess that does make sense. So, no one spoil it, please. No one spoil it in the comments. So we're going to send them. Obviously, he's going to be done next turn, and then he'll have to take a couple of turns to come back. So we've got that sort of decision. Do we wait for people to come back, or we just keep sending new caravans so we have more on the go? And I think we want to start rearing another caravaneer. So I send another one on like a shorter journey, I think. So there's less downtime for that guy. That sounds good. Good enough. Yeah, anyway. There's a commandment available. That I do actually want to do. Research rate. I love that they've changed this. This is so good that, there's research overflow. It really is wonderful. Because it means just those little 7% things, it matters now. It's not like, well, I would do that, but it's not going to make any sense unless I can do that commandment on another, 5 or 6. Like, it's not going to make any difference. But now it does. And I like that. I'm more inclined to do those now. Not just for, flavour, but for, actual tangible benefit. Which feels good. Fan of the Magister. Enemy battle reinforcement time plus 40%. Oh, yeah, it slows down enemy reinforcements. That's pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. Because, you might not be lightning strike. But, if you can wipe out one army before the other one shows up, then that still essentially gives you lightning strike, which I think is kind of cool. So Magister can issue complex orders with a wave of his fan. This enchanted example can also send false signals to the enemies, sowing confusion. That I also really love, actually. The description of that is amazing. The idea that you're using a fan to send signals, which is just like a really interesting, almost like semaphore, right? Like waving flags or whatever, but with a fan to issue commands to the army. Just seems very exotic. And yet, if you're an enemy looking at it, then it lies. It lies to you. That's a really cool idea for a magic item. You know, it's like Morse code that like sounds wrong if you're not meant to hear it. It's just, yeah, really, really clever. So yeah, sure, Zhao Ming can have that. And you can't have that. You can't have this. This is too cool. This we got from Nuln. So this compound of highly volatile powder ignites with the slightest jostle, perfectly suitable for the battlefield if you can ever get it there unexploded. So extra missile damage, and explosive missile damage, and explosive missile radius is amazing. We got 4 grand from the, from the caravan. We did have to get rid of some of the cargo to let the, so the ogres would let us pass. But still, that's a good payout. Demand for trade goods in Nuln is now reduced, of course. And he also got a Hellstorm rocket battery. Hell yeah, that's awesome. The Imperial Gunnery School welcomes your caravan into Nuln, offering their latest experiment as a gift. So we got the experimental explosive and a Hellstorm rocket battery for his army. And that army that attacked us, that we auto-resolved, desert attrition, finished off the faction. An unusual location. This is a really, like, rich turn. I love this. I love when all of these different mechanics and stuff all just sort of like pop up and give little tasty bits of fluff. You know, that's really nice. This is really good. I love this. An unusual site has been discovered near one of your settlements, warranting an investigation to determine its potential benefit. As with any unexpected presence on your land, you have the option to remove it, though at a cost. However, if deemed valuable or of interest, this place can be left undisturbed. Assessing its worth is essential in deciding your next course of action. And there's an ogre here. Hello. Oh, rubbish. Sewer dwelling. Get out of here, sewer dwelling. I don't want Skaven here. You can tell. You can tell that Skaven are starting to move against us. And that won't do at all. An interesting choice for the location of a cult, but perhaps more understandable upon peering inside to see it but a single crazed individual shouting about rats. Yeah, destroy it. Destroy it. We're not keeping it. Which is a shame, you know. Shame we didn't get something cooler. Finally, Shanyang is getting upgraded. Love to see it. Shenwu we'll be able to do soon. I don't know where you're going. You're at war with Snikch, huh? Well, you sit tight. I want this territory. We are going to attack Deathmaster Snikch, because he's right next to me. But also, oh, this needs to be done again. Compass needs to be done again. I like the Ancestral Warriors. I like that. I like the big replenishment raids. And the defensive supplies are really cool too. Because if we can just build a bunch of towers, if we get attacked, that's all nice. Like control, lacking corruption, like this stuff. 50% extra income from all buildings is pretty huge, to be fair. But we don't really have any income from buildings. Right now we're really just coasting on our like base income and then the income from caravans. I don't really care about protecting. Yeah, I don't really care about destroying enemies beyond the wall. Though maybe I should, because I'm probably going to fight them back later. So I think we do the Great Bastion. And then we'll focus on the Great Bastion, keeping that safe. See, it feels like these two are the same thing, almost. Because, you know, this is extreme weather beyond the Bastion, so... feels like they're both defending the Bastion. But whatever, we'll carry on with the Great Bastion for now. And then we'll send a caravan. Because, again, we can send another caravan, but the game doesn't tell us. Which is odd. So, like, notifications can be really annoying, right? They can be really frustrating. Like, Garrison Lord not moved is actually one thing they should just get rid of. Because, like, you know where your armies are. That's like if you're playing Total War, that's like the whole point of playing Total War is moving armies about. It's essentially just a fancy game of Risk. You know, it's kind of about moving your guys. So the idea of notifying us of that is a bit silly. However, this mechanic, it doesn't tell you about. And if it's something you don't really need to know, then fine. But if it's a bespoke mechanic for a particular faction, then you don't want it to be overlooked, surely. Like, there should never be a point where you're annoyed to be told this. I think that's the big thing, right? Would you ever not want to be told about it? And the answer is no, you'd always want to know about it, because it's an interesting mechanic. So I think it's sort of doing the mechanic a disservice not pointing people to it. Because it's not like the whole... it's not like these like bespoke mechanics for any faction become like a reflex. Because I basically play Total War on autopilot. Because I've played thousands of hours of it. So when there's a bespoke mechanic, I can just completely ignore that because I'm just busy doing the things that are the same in every campaign on autopilot. This is the sort of stuff I want to be told about because this is the stuff that makes that specific campaign really interesting, but I'm not going to be doing as a reflex. Like, I'm excited to do this stuff, so the game should tell me about that, you know? And it should have confidence in the mechanic to assume that I'm going to be excited about it. We're going to go Ogre Ally because we don't have one of them yet. The Master has spent many years in the Mountains of Morn, forming bonds and making contracts with the tribes of the Ogre Kingdoms. This will also put up allegiance points for Ogres as well, which is nice, because if we do win them over, we have an additional impact to that, which is that we can get Ogre units via the allied mechanics, not just the recruiting them from camps mechanics. So we can recruit more Ogres if we do that. Now, where are we going to go? Karazakarak is nice and close. You know, journey time is going to be a little bit faster, so we only have 3 turns where he's sat idle, which I think is pretty good. So let's dispatch him. Off you go, mate. And then Zhao Ming needs a new item. I want him to have the experimental explosives, even though the other guy does have the Hellstorm rocket battery. Like, this is just too big for us. You know, I do want to have a few fire rain rockets, you know, a couple of them in his army. I want this to be I want Zhao Ming's army to be a very traditional one. So it's just like a big line, eventually, of like Celestial Dragon Guard. And, you know, and a bunch of artillery behind him. Maybe some cavalry, maybe get like another Great Longmar Rider, so I have a couple to work with. But generally I want it to be, you know, a very sturdy line with lots of firepower. That's what I want. That's what I want. So, come here, you. Join the war against the ninjas. The ninja faction that learned how to be a ninja in China, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But, you know, I'll forgive him for being a little bit lost. Because, you know, we don't have any ninjas in Cathay. So, you know, he didn't get it from us. He clearly learned it from Nippon, but I feel like Cathay gets credit far too often. So Pyrrhic victory, huh? We won't lose anyone if we auto-resolve, but we're obviously not going to do that. The big danger is the poisoned wind mortars, and Snikch himself. But I think we can just take out the rest of the army, and Snikch isn't going to have much to do. He's got very low armor as well, so if he ends up just running around, you know, we can just run away from him and point all our archers towards him, and I reckon his health will drop pretty damn fast. So yeah, we just need to deal with the poison wind mortars. We have a summon for that, so this is going to be great. This is going to be a real, like, cakewalk. Spellcaster's probably going to get a lot of kills. Alright, so we have a bit of a hill to contend with. And, I don't know, are they going from this flank as well, or just these two? Not sure. Not sure, to be honest. But that is okay. And I'm going to move you back this way so I can keep an eye on you. Yeah, I wonder what the plan is here. I feel like these rockets are going to basically kill everything in here. Yeah, let's just deploy here. Oh, are they actually going to shimmy that way now? Well, that's just a bit annoying that they're doing that. But sure. Okay, let's move you that way. Move you that way. Get some good damage in there. The poison wind mortars. Smack dab in the middle. Let's aim for them with the rockets. You can turn into a dragon. Turn into a dragon. Alright, not bad, not bad. I'll take it. And then we got you guys. Nice. Now shoot that way? No, don't shoot that way. Shoot that way.
Defenders of Cathay.
I'll actually pull you back. I feel like I'm just going to get you
Peasant archers.
shot.
For the Emperor.
Alright, I also want you to chase them down, I think.
Never conquer.
Yeah, get some good damage over there. Very nice.
Order and balance.
And yeah, the Snikch is just... don't really know what he's playing at over there.
The path of metal.
And let's go with...
Power of the elements.
let's go with some hounds over there. Alright, they're already looking to run away. Alright, you guys start pushing up. Don't know what these guys are going to do. Yeah, one of you lot can run over there, I guess. You lot lock them down. Yeah, let's hit those Skaven slaves. So I really want those poison mortars dead.
As one.
Like, really badly. But... yeah, alright, where's the Longmar? You go get him. We just blew some more of them up. Good. Alright, let's run over this way. Let's pull you back. This is all a little bit exciting, isn't it? Let's show you pull you guys out of the fire. I feel like you guys are doing
Shenyan's faithful.
some work. Oh wow, that was the worst possible hit. Why did you shoot so far forward there? Unbelievable. Our poor guys. Our poor guys.
Sorcerer of secrets. A mighty
I should care more. Oh, poison mortars. But the damage over time that I hate. They are hitting us too. Alright, let's get stuck in over there.
It pleases.
And he's been a bit of a pain, hasn't he?
Turn. Stone and steel.
Alright, let's pull you guys back too. What a messy fight. Being awfully messy today.
Never conquer.
Still 2 of those mortars left. And row. And yeah, they got scared. They got scared off.
Minds as one.
There's a lot going on over here, huh?
Dragon.
Awful lot going on over here.
elixirs are ready.
Alright, charge them. You keep charging. You go take them out now.
Warriors.
You're still chasing folks around. Alright, you have done enough, mate. You've done enough. Alright, 450 kills is plenty. And Snikch somehow... oh, they have an Eshin Sorcerer over here too.
And I got the gun.
Interesting.
Warrior crossbows.
Archers.
Look, can you all just shoot Snikch?
Warriors. With joy.
Come on, let's just mess him up, yeah?
Stone and steel.
That's a bit annoying. Oh, hi. Hi there, buddy.
Minds as one. Without
Alright, where's Zhao Ming? Come on, mate. Look, come over here and fight this sorcerer, yeah?
raise the dragons. Thoughts in harmony. Defend the realm.
Come on, just shoot the snot out of him, yeah?
Battery. With
Look,
infinite
drop the artillery, just get out of there.
Minds.
Go on, run. Run away. You're getting in everyone's way. Alright, come on, big volleys, let's go. See, there we go. Finally, a nice clean shot. He just melts. Immediately melts completely. Yeah, we're all over the place. Alright, there we go. Snikch is dead. Pretty sure we're going to lose an artillery or two there. Artillery piece. Army losses? There we go. There we go. Perfect. Alright, moving on. Close victory. Okay, good stuff. Let's get the 9% replenishment. So we didn't kill his sorcerer, but we should be able to follow this up pretty easily. We wiped out the triads and the mortars, and, most dangerous of all, these Skaven slaves.
Test subjects.
Oh, he'd already retreated once, so never mind. Dead anyway.
Iron Dragon.
Wait, did he retreat once, or was he in march stance? No, because he was like here, wasn't he? Oh, I can't remember. Who cares? He's dead. It's all good. And now, we have learned the way of the ninja. It would appear that Eshen's infamous chief assassin has been decisively defeated, the victim of his own malice. Also of thousands of arrows.
Celestial Blacksmith.
I gotta say, one thing I really enjoy as well about Cathay
Craftsmanship.
is the maps are really good.
impeccable.
Like, genuinely, I think the maps are fantastic. I really enjoy the... you know, let's have a look at Searing Doom again, actually. Really good in a siege, Searing Doom. Because you can put it on top of, you know, on top of walls and things. But yeah, I love the battles. I think the battles are great in Cathay. I think the maps are really nice. Because like last battle we had was, you know, it was like choke point battle, but there was also like loads of tree cover covering certain spots. It was all really hilly, so there's lots of ups and downs. So like if you really want to make use of the terrain, you can, and I think that's really nice. It also means that like
Ruler
gunpowder
of the sky
needs to be really well positioned to work. More so than normal, and even just normal archers you've got to be careful with, so it's just a lot more tactical nuance to those battles. I didn't really use any of that nuance, because, you know, we're fighting mostly Skaven slaves, but it is really cool to have. Ooh, another thing I want to moan about caravans. So I said the other day, I really don't like the attrition with caravans. And someone did point out, there are skill points for that. But I was aware of that already. I just don't want to be spending skill points on it. It's just such a boring thing to put skill points on it. I think it would be better to not have at all. To not have to worry about for your caravan. So that way, the success of your caravans can be down to your decisions in the events, right? Rather than just like random nonsense happening in the sandbox. Being like, oh yeah, you're in a particular point that's just like full of corruption, or it happens to be like they're stood in the middle of a desert or like a mountain pass, they're just taking damage naturally, and I hate that because you don't really have control over it using this UI. Like, how do you know where is good to go and where is bad to go? Well, these things are supposed to signify it. You know, if you go through these areas, you'll be passing hostile, you know, through hostile territory or whatever, but it doesn't actually really do that much. So, you know, there's ogre camps, they might attack your caravan, things like that, but it doesn't warn you that, like, oh no, this, I don't know, let's see, yeah, ogre camps again, that's all it really tells you about. It doesn't say, oh, but there's loads of attrition because it's all held by demons or something, like, it doesn't tell you anything like that. So it doesn't give you the tools to make a decent decision on it. I think it should be a risk.
Phase 1.
I think it should be a risk, absolutely, because, you know, it's a caravan traveling across the world. You know, you're putting a big investment in that. It should be a guaranteed return. But I think it should properly communicate those risks. And I think random attrition from various sources is not communicated, so it makes it like an awkward thing to engage with. Where it seems to be telling you what is a threat, but that might be nonsense. That might not really apply to you for that journey. So yeah, I just think attrition is a very boring way to resolve the fate of a caravan. So I think that's the thing. I think the caravan needs a bit of love, generally. I think it needs to draw more attention to it because it's really cool to engage with, but also I think it's a bit disappointing when you suddenly have to decide, are you going to battle someone or not, and you have no army left because they suffered a bunch of attrition just randomly in a way that really wasn't communicated to you. So I don't like that aspect. I like this aspect, though. They have added Dragon Slayers to caravans. Or at least, you know, to an event, which is interesting, because Dragon Slayers are a much more, you know, much newer unit than this mechanic is, so that's really cool. As the caravan comes to a halt with a night, a stranger wanders into the ad hoc camp. Stopped by the guards, he begs an audience with the caravan master. His offer is to join the retinue for no pay. There is safety in numbers, but he will help protect the caravan. The stranger may prove useful should the caravan come under threat, though they have a strange look in their eyes. Interesting. But yeah, I'll take a Dragon Slayer. Ostermark's been wiped out. Bloody hell. Alright, let's take Shinpo before this guy does. Boop. Banner of the Eternal Flame's really good, actually. That is really nice. Flaming attacks is great, because it's allies in range, so this is especially good for Zhao Ming. because he does fire damage, but he also imbues fire weakness, so it means anyone who's attacking the same target as him is going to be doing bonus damage, because they'll have flaming attacks, and he'll make the enemy susceptible to it, which is really cool. So yeah, Banner of the Eternal Flame, mate. Let's go. I love that. Alright, let's occupy. I've got a Swordmaster as well, which is nice. Diamonds, obviously. And we have a unique building at tier 3, the Grand Observatory, which will give us an Astromancer and, yeah, big recruit rank bonus for Astromancers in the area. Really fun. I think we want to protect it, so I'm going to go with stockades there, and then we'll build the observatory
Zhao Ming.
when we're, you know, when we're able. Increase mobility, fine. So I think
We must bring order to disorder.
that's our boy. I think I want another army. I think I want to get another army because I want to attack these guys at some point. And we should be. Oh, Shang Wu has more stuff to build. Okay, we are leaning towards Yang. So we need to get more Yin. So I guess I go Spice Market, and we'll upgrade this too. Good. But yeah, we have Nangao, the Nangao Forge built. So let's go with the Celestial General, because I haven't really had a chance to play around with Celestial Generals all that much. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I was going to say spellcasters though, but no, we'll get some spellcasters. Maybe. We'll just rely on guns. That's fine too. Extra melee attack for the army is kind of cool. Lowering enemy leadership is great, but only by -2 feels like a bit of a waste. I just might make him a better fighter. Let's get Xuan Mo.
Celestial General.
And there is a camp nearby. So, one thing that's a bit disappointing, it's not been fixed yet. I was hoping it'd be fixed before it become a problem, is that the upkeep reduction and all the rest of it, all the stuff that benefits Ogre mercenaries for the faction that we're currently playing, only applies to Ogre Bulls, which were the ones that, you know, existed when the game came out, and, you know, that was the only mercenary. The new mercenaries, all the new types, they aren't going to apply. We're not going to apply the upkeep reduction and stuff, so bit annoying. I was hoping it would be hot-fixed before, you know, we bumped into a camp, but whatever, you know, it's fine. And I do actually want these guys, because they're the same, but with, yeah, they're just the same, but carrying extra weapon gives them anti-infantry. Much more expensive, though, as a result. Because, you know, they don't have the upkeep reduction. I'm going to go with Iron Hail Gunners, even though I guess they're not that expensive, actually. I was thinking they're quite expensive arranged units, but the alternative was the Jade Warrior Crossbowmen. And, well, they're much sturdier. Much more expensive. So yeah, we'll go with these guys. I do wonder if a bunch of Crowmen in this army might be fun to give us some flexibility. Because we're not going to be outranging the enemy if we're relying mostly on Iron Hail Gunners. So, if they are trying to outrange us in a big way with, like, artillery or just archers, getting a bunch of Onyx Crowmen to dive on top of them would be really useful. Or they can just rear charge stuff on the front line, you know, whatever. But, yeah, I think that'd be a cool army. Oh, and also, these guys,
Celestial General.
I mean, they look awesome, love it. But I've not really used them. I've never used them in a campaign on the channel, certainly. But they get Celestial Lions, which is really, really cool. And great, you know, and Jade Longmar, like, they get some good stuff. I don't know what their big stuff is, though, really. Extra armor for the army. Gives him big missile block chance, which sounds really useful if he's going to be on a Celestial line. More weapon strength for everyone. It gives him big splash attack damage. Or more of a flanking unit, big charge bonus for everyone. This is really cool, actually. This really, you know, you can lean into different, like, styles of play here, which I really like. That's really fun. Really fun indeed. We'll probably go... Oh, it's a tough one, you know. Probably the Hammond of Wei Jin, I think we'll probably go with. I think we'll just make him really good at just smashing things to bits. Because we'll probably have him in the back line just going and, like, deleting units that are a problem for us. you know, with the Onyx Crowman, maybe we'll bring a bunch of Longmar riders with him instead, rather than Crowman eventually. Because, you know, they're going to perform better, obviously. But then that would make the charge bonus
Building harmony.
a really useful thing to
My
have.
privilege.
So it's, yeah, I don't know, it's a tough one. He has 2 additional armies here, mostly of slaves, which is interesting. And really? Really? Northern provinces already in Kunlan? Well, I hate that. That's really annoying.
Omit this audience.
Ugh. Jerk. She likes all the other treaties we've got going with people. But, like, I hate that she's skipped ahead. I guess she hasn't, actually. I mean, she starts in Nangao. She's barely far from her capital. We're further from her capital. But still, I wanted to take this territory. I wanted to fight the rat boys. Where? Damn it, sis. Oh, you're always doing this.
Celestial General.
I'm acting like a little spoiled younger brother,
Fight
you know?
and be recompensed.
A little bullied
Serve from the
bullied
front.
brother. You're always doing this, sis. You're always conquering territory that I want to.
Few have been
Conquering territory is
company.
big among children these days, right? I mean, back when I was young, it was like Pokemon cards and the Sega Mega Drive. Now it's conquering, I think. I think that's right. Conquering and Fortnite. Do kids still play Fortnite? I have no idea. I feel like it's fallen out of the zeitgeist, or at least it's fallen out of people thinking it's worth mentioning it, that it's in the zeitgeist. I think just kids play it. Minecraft's still cool though, right? Everyone still loves Minecraft. Anyway, yeah, non-aggression pact. Sounds good. Thank you, mate. Carcassonne has been wiped out. That's not great, is it? That's not great. I mean, it's good for our allies. But not good for people who could have been. Sons of the Mountain destroyed too. Oh, and we successfully built 3 buildings that contribute to harmony. So we got a bunch of extra cash and a more shard. Create spell mastery. Has a 100% miscast chance. You can use it on allies. So, okay, so if we give that to, like, our Astromancer, she can... yeah, she can take the miscast damage in order to give 60% spell mastery to Zhao Ming, potentially.
I concur.
A brutal business. Battle is a blood-soaked affair, limbs severed, bones exposed, men left for dead in the cross-soaked fields amongst scores of fallen friends and enemies. Strong weapons forged with time, sweat, and expertise mark the difference between victory and defeat. A good sword cuts clean through bone, severing heads and limbs, where lesser weapons will merely maim. As instability grows across the world, so too does man's bloodlust and his desire for war and carnage on an ever grander scale. It's what kids are into, I'm pretty sure, nowadays. Love a bit of conquest. So this is going to be base weapon damage for all armies of all factions, which is pretty cool. When activated, the strange extra-worldly artifact of the Broken Lands around the Great Moor greatly increased the power of friendly wizard spells. Cool. So I don't recognise that item. There are a few new items. The Tilean Pavis is one of the new items as well, which is pretty cool. You never get a mount, do you? No, you don't. Oh, an alchemist, not an astromancer. Silly me. But yeah, I don't know. Should she get a mount of some kind? I feel like an alchemist, like having not one of the jade dragon. What's it called? The obsidian dragon or whatever it is. Slate dragon. What is it? I can't remember. I can't remember at all. What are you bloody called? What are you? Jet lion. Yeah, jet lion could be quite cool, but then they do like suck up, they diminish. They do diminish magical power. So maybe a jade lion would be fine. I mean, the celestial lion is still the reserve of other stuff. Great moon bird, I forgot about you. I forgot you got added. Cathay's got some cool units, got some cool monsters. Or a war drum? Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should get a mount of some kind. I mean, even if it's just a horse, to be honest. Well, they do have a horse. I mean, like a special mount. I don't know why. I knew that she had a horse, and I completely discounted the horse as a mount because it's boring. But like, she should have something. I don't know. I give her a more shard anyway. The other item here, the Book of Ashur. We got the Scrolls of Astronomy. which, if we get the Astromancer's Spyglass, it'll give big cooldown. Are we going to get hold of an Astromancer's Spyglass? That would be pretty cool if we did. But I think for now, we'll go Book of Fisher. Because that's going to put up our reserve capacity. You have no magic right now. How did you end up with no magic? Is it because I just put the cap up and got confused? Might have done. Maybe I just didn't have any. But that's crazy. They're on +0. So, okay, let's move out. Cheer. Over there, doesn't look like he's up to much. But yeah, we'll go channeling. And I guess I'll start heading towards the Village of the Moon. If this guy swings back around this way, I'll be able to intercept him. So that's fine. Honestly, these 3 armies might all decide to attack me. If they do, that's great. I hope they do. I think it'd be a really good battle, and I think we'd chew through them really, really well. I don't see them competing with Zhao Ming. I really don't. Okay. So, caravans. We got... Yeah, they're all busy. They're all busy. This army's really cool now. I really like this. I love the spotters for our artillery. That's a nice combo all of a sudden. In fact, we've got a noble in here. And this guy, he's got his Dragon Slayer, and he's suffering a load of attrition, because of course he is. You know? Of course he is. Even though it doesn't really say anything. You know, it says, oh, there's... Oh, no diplomatic relation impact the safety of the caravan this time. Okay. Well, was it... Why is it medium, then? No idea. No idea. It doesn't communicate much. It's a problem. It certainly doesn't tell us about the attrition. Right. It won't be long before the Great Bastion threat rises. There's 2 already not occupied by Cathay. That is crazy. So yeah, when the Kurgan warbands spawn, they'll be able to walk straight in through these 2. Wow. And then we got, you know, Sis is worrying about the bloody mountains. Go defend the gate. Go defend the bastion. That's like your whole thing. Like, she's only doing this because we're interested in taking these mountains over. It's the only reason she's doing this. But there she is. Bloody typical of her. Bloody typical. I'm gonna tell Mum. Anyway, maintain 3 provinces. I could probably do that one day. I'll just, you know, work on my diamond mines until then. We can reach the Village of the Moon. So I will. And yeah, that's not important to me right now. Yeah, I'll just auto-resolve. There's nothing. It's nothing worth fighting. How are we doing? We are not in harmony, because we only have 1 building in here that's doing that, which I guess is fine, maybe? Puts up growth a little bit, so sure, I guess. Because the Moon Empress blesses every arrow in the Celestial Empire, it is contingent upon our Fletchers to construct them with the utmost care, and our archers not to waste even a single shot. Yeah, it feels like a lot of work. The Jade Lion Whisperer gives extra campaign movement range, which is really nice. There are calming words that can turn unbridled rage to placid compliance. This one knows them all. Rat Catcher, fine. You defeat Skaven a bunch. We got a Lucky Arrow. When you're trying to hit an angry speck on a horizon. When you're trying to hit an angry speck on the horizon, luck must take some small part. Extra melee defense and range. That's fun, though.
I crave.
I'm trying to think of any lord or hero. Yeah, I guess the what are they called? What are you called? The ones I never get. Lord Magistrates. They can be on a Sky Lantern mount, can't they? So at that point, giving extra range might be useful. Until then, that is a pointless item. Iron Strength. The extra melee attack for all of our units is pretty cool. I was going to start being selfish, though. I'm going to go with the Master of Metal, which does nothing. Though madness seems to target Zhao Ming's mind, his mysterious craft is nonetheless effective, relentlessly harrying Cathay's foes. So, fun fact about Zhao Ming, you know, with his drug-addled mind. Supposedly, right, this is just what his family say, there hasn't actually been anything really... The weird thing with Cathay, right, at the moment, they have such a tiny amount of lore surrounding them that it's very difficult to unravel what is the sort of propaganda, which most army books are propaganda, right? Most articles about things are propaganda. A lot of it's rumor and speculation and just sort of, you know, building a fun narrative. Very little written about Warhammer just explicitly says, this is how a thing is, right? And so the thing with Zhao Ming is, because he spends all his time, you know, lording over the Warpstone desert and experimenting with Warpstone and other substances and things, the other dragons think he's mad because of it. But the symptom of his madness is that he treats humans as equals. That's it. He's not a tyrant, so they think he's gone insane. Because he doesn't lord over everyone and say, I'm the greatest, I am the dragon, and you are all filth. And for that reason alone, clearly he's gone mental. So it could just be the case that he's totally fine, that all the Warpstone and stuff has had no corrupting influence on him whatsoever. He's handling it like an absolute champ, because, you know, he is one of the, you know, celestial dragons. He's kind of a big deal, you know. Not to say that anyone is above being, you know, corrupted by this stuff, but the fact that he's just being kind to people is reason for his siblings to think he's gone insane is pretty funny. It's pretty damn funny. You know, he seems to like humans. Humans aren't just like a tool to be, like, you know, wielded. They're not something to be, like, you know,
General of the celestial host.
to be looked after, you know, in your benevolent way. You know, by looked after, working them to, you know, death for your aims. You know, it's good. It's good they have purpose, right? Basically, it's a you know, an analog of the, like, slave trade. It's just, you know, the things that people in power will tell themselves is pretty grotesque, honestly. You know, it's, oh, they would be helpless without us. Like, it's, yeah, just grossness, and that's how the dragons treat you know, treat humans in their empire. So yeah, the fact that Zhao Ming doesn't, clearly insane. Clearly a madman. So yeah, I like to think he's on the level. So many Skaven slaves. Oh, speaking of slave trade, flipping heck. Alright, we'll get through them. So I feel like these two, I feel like they want to... Oh, they're not actually at war with the Jade Custodians. Interestingly enough. I was thinking they'd probably try and take that. But I guess not. It's okay, the Jadewind Mountain's the last one we need to take. Annoyingly, the capital is still in our sister's hands. I don't know what we're going to do about her. I don't really want to be at war with her at any point, because, you know, Mummy and Daddy would hate that. But I also doubt she'd sell me this at any point.
I allow it.
Oh, okay, well maybe she will. And yeah, I don't want to confederate, because that's boring. I want Big Sis to be, like, dealing with all this stuff for us to try and help. You know, sort of aid her in keeping the Bastion safe and things. It's having more faction variety is interesting. It's just that simple. I just think it's more interesting to have her be her own faction, to be unpredictable, rather than just a thing that, like, a game piece that I move around the board. You know, that has no personality. As soon as they become a game piece, it just, they can't surprise me. They can't form any, like, organic narrative. So yeah, for that reason alone, I find Confederation really tedious, which I will probably mod out for the next episode, actually. Not my own Confederation, you know, if you want to confederate for a reason, like, absolutely should, but the AI confederate too much and it makes the game really boring. So I will be turning that off with a mod, probably for the next episode, because the patch will be out soon, so hopefully that mod will be compatible again. We'll see. We'll see. In fact, as of me recording this, the patch came live quarter of an hour ago, so there you go. So I'll see if the mod's up to date. I know, quarter of an hour is a bit soon, so we'll see. But anyway, guys, if you're enjoying this, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll fight more Skaven next episode. Should be fun. Maybe some undead. Maybe we'll start a war against the undead. We do have another army developing, you know, ready to go and fight them. So yeah, I'm fun. Hope you guys are too. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.
Star of fire and metal.